Hi, guys. Welcome to the next edition of the official Website Depot podcast. Yoast me, don't roast me. We have some good fun interviews coming today in the
hmm
special edition of the podcast.
hmm
So, without further ado, I'm going to leave it to my co-host here, Mr. Greg Benjamin. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey Zeke, how you doing, man? I'm glad to be here. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon. The weather is good. There's a nice breeze in the air. I've been seeing on the news that they're saying it's more or less okay to be outside. Like wear a mask, wear gloves, but it's okay to be outside. That's
They're only
something I
saying that because it's too hot for most people to go outside.
and that's
So they
fine. I'll
figure,
take it.
yeah,
I'm more than willing to live with that. That is quite all right. Because I have a little bit of asthma, so I don't want to
yeah, go
deal with it.
outside, go outside.
I'm very much looking forward to after this. It's going to be pretty great. But before then, we've got a good podcast for you today. We've got a solid lineup of questions, at guests, all kinds of stuff for you. It's going to be more tips that you can actually use with your actual business. So yeah, I believe we've got some other guests today with us on as well, Zeke, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we got a good guy who knows all that stuff. He's great at consulting with businesses. He is our business dev guy here, and he's also a head of strategic partnerships as well. His name is Robert Alvarez. He is one of the founding members of Website Depot, by the way. Let's give it up
Wow.
for Robert here. What's
Hey,
up, Robert? How you doing?
all
Yes,
right.
that's right. Give me a round of applause.
I actually was. When someone says "let's give it up," that means clap. I don't know another
Put your
meaning to that
hands
phrase.
together for Robert coming
Yeah,
at you.
thank you, Greg and Zeke and Mr. Star for having me here today. It's always a pleasure to be in the same room with your great minds.
Yeah, even if it's virtually like kind of the same room, sort of. Just
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, this is as close as we're gonna get for a couple of months.
I hope. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it'd be weird. Yeah, definitely. Well, cool. So yeah, I mean, it's yes, as Zeke said, you run a team. You're in charge of an entire team there, and I guess one of the first establishing questions from my end is like, what are some of the rules for how you run your team? Like, what are some strict guidelines that you stick to day in and day out?
I guess one of the best rules that I always wanna like portray or follow is don't sell something that they don't need. Don't sell something
Ooh.
to somebody that they don't need.
Okay.
Like you're just gonna waste money. They're gonna get, they're not gonna get a return on investment. So like for example, if somebody's trying to do marketing and they don't have a website, just like, hey, straight up, you need a website first. Don't do marketing. You're not gonna get anything that you need out of this. You're not gonna
Right.
get everything you need out of this. So that's
Mhm.
always, one of our best rules. Like, before in the past, we worked in different businesses. We used to do in the past, in a previous lifetime, me and Danny, we used to work at a dealership.
Oh wow.
So we sold cars.
Mhm.
We never wanted to sell cars that were junk. We want to make sure that they were going to get the best out of it. The same thing goes with websites. We want to make sure that if you're going to do marketing, you have a website first, so you get the most out of it.
Mhm.
It's
Cool.
like selling marketing is like selling a car without an engine.
I might have heard that a couple times before. No, I mean that makes sense because it's also because that's one of those things that because so much of what we do here is genuinely there to help the customer. Like we talk so much about how we're all small businesses. We all do well when the small businesses do well, and that seems like more extension of that.
I
The
mean,
fact that you guys, yeah.
yeah, the most important part of any business is you got to protect your reputation. And the best way you're going to do that is, by selling a client, a service that they need.
Right. Something that, yeah, just has that like real built into it. Okay. Well, so speaking of the clients, uh, I know you've had so many clients that have that you've brought in that have done very well. I was wondering like what's a case study or two of a client that really jumps out at you, maybe in relative to this given time we're in.
Um, your way, always, your way tree service.
Mm.
always jumps out at me. Um, he was essentially one of our first SEO clients.
Huh.
He didn't have when I met him, he didn't have a website. He had a team of about 10 people. Um, and compared to when he started back in, I believe, 2014, I believe
Mhm.
that was like around that time, to where he's at right now. He went from like a 10-person team to having over 50 people on, at his company, on his payroll.
Oh
um,
wow.
and you can see like through Google Analytics, you could see how his business went, like with SEO, like from having like a couple of hundred people on his website to now he has over 5,000 people visiting his website on a monthly basis. And we also have like this cool marketing tool called Call Tracking Metrics, which
Okay.
allows us to see how many phone calls he gets on a monthly basis. So now we could also see how many phone calls he gets on a monthly basis. So based on the 5,000 people that he's getting on his website, he's generating about 500 phone calls a month.
Jeez. That is tremendous. I mean, that's just amazing growth. Like, is it, you know, and I feel like we've talked about this in the past. He's also a client that's like he's made some kind of transition, right, in our current climate here with the pandemic.
Yeah, during COVID-19, he generated a new video and a new way of providing estimates for the client. And also, when they're doing the work, they disinfect the areas that they worked at. And this video that we're about to show kind of, shows you how he goes about protecting his clients.
Wow.
Let's see it.
Mm-hmm.
Time we are taking COVID-19 very seriously to ensure the health and safety of our customers and our workers. Starting from the beginning, when our estimator comes out to look at the project, equipped with face mask and gloves and utilizing social distancing, then the estimate will be sent over via email to avoid person-to-person contact. Then once the work is scheduled, we send out one of our 5 to 7-man crews to complete all the work while still keeping social distancing from our customers. Once the work is completed, the crew will clean and sanitize their work areas with safe, simple green and disinfect tools. After that, the payment can be made over the phone, by credit card, or check via mail. It is essential to upkeep your trees and brush clearance to maintain a safe and clean living environment. We thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this message. We are all in this together.
That is great.
Yeah,
It's,
It's a nice golf course.
he's a very impressive man. Like, if you ever get to meet Jesse, he's a stand-up guy.
mm,
And he's always doing his best to deliver what he promises.
cool. I think, it's interesting because we do talk about a lot about that theme of, we're all in this together, like the guy said. And I found that, part, at least for me, and I think for a lot of other people, part of these things is that, like, working in this time is being able to see a face on the other side, whether it's through a screen or something like that, and get to know a person a bit. So, in the vein of that, Robert, how are you holding up, man? How are you doing?
You know what? I've been home since if I'm not mistaken, March 12th.
Yeah, I
So
feel like the company was sent home on the 12th or the 13th. The fact that none of us remembered says a lot about how long ago that's been.
it's been 30 days and about what 2 weeks now. It's the beginning. It was rough. It was
Yeah,
very hard adjustment compared to how we were before. Before, we were visiting clients at their locations. We were having in-office meetings on a daily basis. Um, and we don't have that anymore now. We have what we're doing here, like on the podcast you're hearing us through the audio, and through this on video we have like this Zoom chat that we're introducing essentially to all of our clients. This is how you can
good.
have in-face meetings with your clients and kind of have like this personal touch to it.
Mhm. Yeah, no, absolutely. This thing's been a true blessing during this time. So yeah, so I mean, is this? What do you see the plans going forward here, both for the company and for Robert?
Okay, as for our company, I mean, as we know, we're gonna be stuck home for a while.
Yes.
Like our goal is to ensure that we're delivering what we promised our clients, and the best way to do that is by us staying home. and not getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I need to start working out. Being a couch potato is not working out for me.
I think a lot of our listeners can probably relate to that, Robert. I think
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of people that absolutely get that. Well, that was great, Robert.
I want to mention a couple of other things. Websites Depot has been doing such a great job at keeping up with the media and like the SBA loans and any other small business loans that can help out they can help out any business that we're working with. So if you guys have any questions about how you can apply for these loans, how are they going to help you out, or how we can help you out to apply for them, reach out to us.
Thank you. No, that is something that needs to be said. I mean, it's again, that comes under that larger heading of we are all in this together. So if you have any questions about those loans, please come to Robert or other people at our company that can help you out with that. That was great. Thank you. And, cool.
Yeah. How are you doing, Greg?
I'm hanging in, man. I mean, it's the same as anything. I worked a lot from home, before this, so the transition hasn't been so difficult for me. But just like I was saying, I miss going outside. I miss going to the gym. I bought some weights that last day before everything shut down. So I have like 2 weights in here that I do not enough exercises with.
Right on.
Hey, Greg. You can still go outside though. I mean, we can go around the block.
I live in an apartment building, so I don't have to deal with all those doorknobs and whatnot.
Well, guys, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for dropping in, doing it on a Saturday afternoon just like this, putting it down for the Website Depot brand. So I just want to say thanks for being a guest today. Thanks to my co-host, Mr. Greg. Thank you to Robert and Danny, putting in the time that he always does here. So I just want to say thanks, and we'll be signing out for now. This is yet another edition of the official Website Depot podcast. Yoast me, don't roast me. So we'll talk to you guys very soon. During the next week, we'll be covering some more issues as it relates to digital marketing and, the new normal of our digital age, which we seem to be living in. All right, guys, take care. For all of you in podcast land, I'm Zeke, signing out.
See you guys.
All we do is make it work. Go to websitedepot.com today.